the court.
What's good, y'all? We back with another one. Oota. Always on go. Listen, man, we got a oh, man, this situation is crazy. You already know it's not just about in the States, around the world. This one is about Mia O'Brien, a 23-year-old Liverpool law student jailed for life in Dubai for D-rugs. Okay. I think like 50 grams of D-rugs. It's crazy, man. I think a vape as well, but they saying that they was actually selling the D-Rugs. So I don't know what the hell, but they ran into her place and they found it. All right, we already know this is how Dubai work. Dubai is not playing no games. We understand that. Listen, the most thing that people get locked up out there is for drink driving. If you driving drunk and stuff like that, you are going to prison. You could be in prison for years just driving drunk there. They're not playing with no substances. You already know people ain't playing with certain things in a Muslim country and all that. They're not playing with certain things. They got their own rules, their own governance. But it's crazy. Law student, her parents are saying like, yo, she never had no real record, never had no record, period. And she's given a life sentence. Not only that, I think her mom and her family, if I'm not mistaken, try to start a GoFundMe, but I think the GoFundMe is rejected in some way for some reason. We'll try to get to exactly what the particulars of that. They can't even get no help, it seems like, as well. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. You could just be traveling, going abroad, find yourself jammed up in a situation, going outside, find yourself jammed up in a situation. It's crazy, man. So salute to everybody. Let's get to this breakdown because I really, really do want to get into the particulars of what the hell happened and how did this go so wrong for her. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all. Make sure y'all all dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bells on. All right, y'all, let's get into it, man. They say this British woman has been sentenced to prison for life in Dubai, and every effort must be made to get her back. Hmm. I've watched more than my fair share of locked up abroad, including some where some foreign governments has literally locked up abroad like a woman. It's crazy. Play on words. And the one common thread through every episode is the complete lack of accountability from the interviewees. Not once in every episode I've watched have I ever heard the incarcerated person say, I knew the risks I was taking. I went into a sovereign nation, understood their customs and their punishments for violating them, but decided I above their petty laws and there would be no consequences for my actions. This is all on me and I take full responsibility. Not one. They're always the hero and the victim of their own stories. I guess anybody that's in that, because even though you're in another country, you're probably still trying to live your life and you're trying to have fun and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Mia O'Brien, 23 years old from Liverpool, made a very stupid mistake, according to her mother, who has launched a heartfelt plea on a fundraising site for help with travel and legal fees. Mia has been given a life sentence over in Dubai, and she is now in central prison. Her mother, Danielle McKenna, 46-year-old, wrote in the post, Mia is only 23 years old and has never done a bad thing in her life. This is a young girl who went to university to do law and unfortunately got mixed up in the wrong so-called friends and made a very stupid mistake and is now paying the price. Danielle told the Daily Mail she's going through it at the moment too. At the minute, she's just transferred to another prison after getting a life sentence. Wow, man. It's not known what crime Miss McKenna has been convicted of, but life sentences in the Emirates can be given in cases of drug trafficking, depending on the circumstances and amount of drugs. Other crimes attracting life terms, which in Dubai, usually around 15 years, include serious violence and terrorism. The UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office starkly warns visitors to Dubai on its website there is zero tolerance for drug related offenses. The penalties for trafficking, smuggling, using, possessing illegal drugs, including residual amounts, are severe. It would be unethical to speculate as to what exactly Mia O'Brien has been convicted of. But I'm tempted to rule out serious violence and terrorism, not to judge a book by its cover or a 23-year-old Brit by her appearance. But she doesn't strike me as the improvised explosive device making type of person, leading some to speculate that it's a drug related offense, which we understand that it is a drug related offense, and she's been given a life sentence. It's crazy. Misguided friends who downplayed the risks. She unwittingly carried the item in her luggage, traveling across with work. It's crazy. Leading to her arrest at the airport and a swift conviction for drug possession. She flew the drugs into Dubai. My God. This impulsive oversight, described by her heartbroken mother as a very stupid mistake, resulted in a life sentence, which the UAE adequates to 25 years of imprisonment, transforming her bright future into a nightmare of isolation in Dubai's central prison amid harsh conditions and emotional turmoil. To fight for Mia's release, her family has launched urgent fundraising campaigns to cover the soaring legal fees and enable expert lawyers to file an appeal challenging the severity of the sentence in Dubai's courts, while highlighting her lack of intent and clean background. Simultaneously, they are urging diplomatic intervention from the UK Foreign Office to negotiate with UAE authorities for a potential pardon or prisoner transfer, coupled with public awareness, drives to garner international support and pressure for mercy, offering a lifeline in what feels like an insurmountable battle against rigid justice. Crazy, crazy. This is crazy, man. We got to take a, you know what we got to take a look at? We need to take a look at exactly what the prison looks like, right? Let's take a look at what the prison looks like.
Rules. Step onto dusty asphalt that shimmers at 42 degrees Celsius. Beyond a final checkpoint, Al-Awir's exterior deceives. Pale sand-colored blocks, palm trees, even a welcome arch. Yet the complex sprawls across 5 square kilometers, ringed by floodlights that convert night into bleached noon. Construction began in 2003 and cost the emirate around 260 million dirhams. By 2006, officials boasted the facility could comfortably host 6,000 prisoners. Comfort proved relative once the gates closed. Elaborate tunnels moved accused criminals to court buses so guards can watch through cameras instead of bars. Cells built for 8 often receive 12, according to an ITV investigation where a Nigerian tourist recalled sleeping on cold tile while 10 roommates rotated 3 bunk beds. Fluorescent lights never dim fully. Officers say constant visibility prevents fights, yet former inmates describe fractured sleep. Humidity arrives through air conditioning set to an unrelenting chill. Dinchi Lar told reporters the temperature could drop to 16 degrees indoors, turning punishment into a paradox where prisoners wrap blankets while desert air bakes the fence. Sweaters sell out fast at the weekly commissary. Anyone without family money faces the cold, bare-armed and follows a strict grid. At dawn, a siren escorts rows of men to ablution stations. Morning headcount happens in absolute silence. Speaking can cost phone privileges. After the call to prayer, corridors funnel labor crews toward kitchens, laundry blocks, and carpentry workshops, where brands such as Al-Futtaim Motors sponsor skills programs. In theory, certificates earn time-off sentences. In practice,
It's crazy. This is how you got to live. She's in the prison. This is how you got to dress. This is how you got to live. She's been living her life like a regular white girl in you know what I mean, in England or in Liverpool, wherever she's from. Now you about to live your life as a, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy to be abroad. It's crazy. Wow. Wow. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking about this whole situation because it is crazy. Seriously.
wardens decide when good conduct begins. Even water arrives rationed. Every wing receives 60 minutes to fill bottles before valves click shut, a policy introduced after demand snapped pipes. As evening shadows stretch, floodlights snap on. The desert stars vanish, replaced by white glare that bounces off concrete. Our tour has only scratched the surface. Ahead waits the arithmetic of overcrowding, where nationality decides almost everything. A Babel behind bars. Statistics speak before any guard barks an order. 92% of prisoners in Dubai are foreign nationals, the highest share globally for a large country. Al-Awir mirrors that ratio so closely that Arabic sometimes ranks only third after Hindi and English during
They lead him with foreign nationals in the prison. They're not playing with nobody coming to the country and doing none of this. They're not playing with that. They're not treating their country like that. Not coming in here playing around. Straight. You know, a lot of countries, you know what I mean, especially if you like from America or maybe England, certain countries have connections and relations with countries. You know what I mean? Some people will probably come try to holler at you, your government, your embassy or something. You know what I mean? But man, we just saw what Brittany Griner was going through, wherever else she was caught up. You know what I'm saying? Remember, she was caught up on the other sides. And they gave her 9 year sentence. She'd have been there right now. Gave her 9 years for like a vape or whatever the hell she had got. Like 9 years, bro. It's not a game. Can't be playing around these countries. Straight. Cannot be playing around these countries. These people's not playing with us. But it just goes to show you what she's living like in this prison, man. And this prison is even worse than that, bro. Prison is even worse than this, bro. Straight. Prison is a bad situation for her, man. But that's how she got to live. I showed you how she living, the cold. If you ain't got no family, no money, and certain things, man, it's a bad situation for you, man. You're in a very, very bad situation. You know, but y'all get in the comments, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I'm gonna be looking for any updates, maybe some conversations from my family or something. Maybe just to get some more specifics. I am gonna get more specific on this because I really want to know, like, who was she wrapped up with? Like, was they selling? Like, how was that going about? You know what I'm saying? So I might even have to read this case and bring up the paperwork and start reading this case. And I may do that tomorrow because I really want to know what happened in this case. So I want to read exactly the discovery or whatever happened in this case. I'm going to read it. So I'm going to look about finding the PDF and I'm going to read at least some of this case and let's get this on the board. So this already is on the board right now. So look forward to my paperwork read. I'm going to see if I can find the paperwork, which most likely I will. And I'll be getting that to y'all ASAP, man. So I need everybody to get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation. Have you ever known somebody that went across? Have you been a person that went somewhere, anywhere out of the States or wherever you're from and got arrested? Doesn't matter if you're from America or any country. Do you know somebody that's happened to? It's a crazy situation, man. Let us know in the comments, man. Get in the comments. Let us know. But most definitely let us know what you think about this girl. She made a stupid mistake. But should that mistake cost her life? And I want to know how much time did her friends get? Because if her friends didn't get life and she got life, I think that's pretty crazy too. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Salute to everybody. You already know the vibe though. Oota, oota, oota. Always on go. Make sure you check in my upload section. Checking the shorts because that's where you get updated on the lives and the upload section. But make sure you check in the video section and you check in the live section and dropping sevens in all the videos. If you believe in God and Jesus, make sure you drop in 7 on any of my videos, any of my lives. Send a prayer out for that girl, man. She needs a prayer right now. You know what I mean? And you know, she don't have no bad record. Is she really a bad girl? Is she a bad person? You know what I mean? It don't seem like it, man. Sometimes good people make bad choices and they got to live with them. You know what I mean? So you just send a prayer out for her and hopefully her family can get some GoFundMe and some funding just to ease some of the travel expenses and stuff like that. Flying back and forth Dubai is one of the most expensive trips, man. When you take that plane, man. So think about that. The family got to go back and forth, legal things, hearings. You know what I mean? You want support in this court when you have hearings, all of that stuff that was going down. You know, she's in jail now, but maybe she could appeal something. I got to figure out how the Dubai justice system works. Is she up for an appeal? You know, you're always up for an appeal in some way. But I don't know how their system works. Probably you get life and you get life, man. They make the rules. So salute to everybody. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thinking about it.
All my niggas from the Oota, all my niggas turn shooters. Oota, all my ops turn racks, all my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. All my niggas turn shooters. Oota, all my ops turn racks. All my niggas from the All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas